The tragedy of Billy Ocean finally confirms these rumors. For decades, fans wondered why one of the biggest stars of the 1980s just vanished at the peak of his fame. People whispered about scandals, about burnout, about record label drama. But the truth, what kind of man walks away from superstardom just to be a better dad? Billy Ocean's story begins far from the bright lights of fame. Born Leslie Sebastian Charles in Fyzabad, Trinidad, he was just 7 or 8 years old when his family made the brave journey to London, England. His parents were like so many immigrants of that era, willing to take on any job, no matter how humble, to give their children a better life. The move was a shock to young Billy. In Trinidad, he'd grown up on a cocoa plantation surrounded by an extended family where everyone looked out for each other. Resources were shared, children were raised by the whole community, and there was always music in the air. His father was a calypsonian, a calypso singer, and though he never made it big, he filled Billy's childhood with rhythm and melody. London's East End was completely different. The family had very little money, sometimes living in what Billy would later describe as poverty. But his parents worked those menial jobs with dignity, and music remained at the center of their home. In an era before television dominated every household, the Charles family created their own entertainment, rooted in their Baptist church community. Billy's mother was practical above all else. She insisted he learn a trade, something to fall back on. So young Billy became a qualified tailor, learning skills that would give him security. But even as he mastered the craft, his heart belonged to music. He started singing in London clubs as a teenager, honing his voice and stage presence night after night. His first break came in 1972 when he released a single under his birth name, Les Charles. But it wasn't until 1976 that Billy Ocean was truly born. He adopted his stage name and released his self-titled debut album, featuring a song that would change everything. Love Really Hurts Without You? The track was pure magic, blending Motown influences with Billy's unique Caribbean soul. It climbed to number 2 in the UK and number 12 in the US, announcing the arrival of something special. This wasn't just another pop singer. This was an artist with a sound all his own, mixing soul, reggae, R&B, and pop into something bold and irresistible. But Billy's real explosion came in the mid-1980s after signing with Jive Records. Caribbean Queen became his first American #1 hit, selling over 1 million copies and earning him a Grammy Award for Best R&B Vocal Performance in 1985. The song was everywhere, on radio, in clubs, stuck in people's heads for weeks. Then came the avalanche of hits that defined the decade. Loverboy dominated the charts, suddenly became one of his signature ballads, showing his incredible range. His album Suddenly spent an entire year on the US charts, going double platinum in America and triple platinum in Canada. 1985 was Billy's peak year. He performed at Live Aid, that legendary concert that united the world for a cause. Standing on that stage, reaching millions of viewers across the globe, Billy Ocean had truly arrived. The following year brought When the Going Gets Tough, the Tough Get Going, the theme song for the movie The Jewel of the Nile. The song hit #1 in the UK and #2 in the US. His album Love Zone went straight to #2 in the UK and featured another US #1 single, There'll Be Sad Songs. Then came Get Out of My Dreams, Get Into My Car, another chart topper that showcased his playful side. Billy Ocean wasn't just successful, he was unstoppable. Industry experts called him arguably the most internationally successful Black British male solo artist of his generation. He was paving the way for others, breaking barriers, and doing it all with that infectious smile and genuine warmth that made fans love him even more. And then, at the absolute height of his fame, Billy Ocean did something nobody expected. He walked away. This is where the rumors started. When a superstar disappears at their peak, people assume the worst. Maybe he was broke. Maybe there was a scandal. Maybe the pressure got to him. For years, fans speculated about what really happened to Billy Ocean, but the truth finally confirmed is more beautiful than any rumor. Billy made a choice that reveals the kind of man he really is. He looked at his life and realized something crucial. His wife, Judy, was raising their three children largely on her own while he toured the world. The demanding schedule was overwhelming for his family. Billy had a moment of clarity in a hotel room in America. Surrounded by all the trappings of success, he asked himself a simple question. What was his real purpose? The relentless touring, the constant travel, the pressure to always be on. It was taking him away from what mattered most. His words reveal everything. You have kids once, and if you miss that period, it never comes back again. He saw that his wife couldn't do it all by herself, so he made a decision that shocked the music industry. He chose family over fame. This wasn't a breakdown or a scandal. This was a man guided by his Rastafarian faith, which emphasizes responsibility to family above all else. Billy Ocean voluntarily stepped away from millions of dollars, from sold-out stadiums, from Grammy nominations, because he wanted to be present for his children's childhood. The hiatus lasted longer than he initially planned, but Billy never regretted it. While other stars burned out or faded away, he was at home, helping with homework, attending school plays, being the dad his children deserved. When Billy finally returned to music in 2007, something beautiful happened. His daughter Cherie joined him on stage, providing backing vocals. The family man who had stepped away to raise his children was now performing with one of them. It was a perfect circle, showing that his sacrifice had been worth every missed spotlight. His return wasn't tentative, it was triumphant. In 2008, he went back into the studio for the first time in 15 years. His 2009 album, Because I Love You, showed he hadn't lost a step. Then came Here You Are in 2016, which reached number 4 in the UK charts, his highest position since 1988. Even at 75, Billy Ocean refuses to slow down. His 2020 album, One World, featured 12 new tracks, proving he's still creating meaningful music. Songs like We Gotta Find Love and Feel the Love carry the same warmth and optimism that made his 1980s hits so beloved. His touring schedule remains incredibly active, with confirmed dates well into 2026 across Europe, Australia, and North America. Many shows sell out, proving that fans never forgot the man who chose family first. His live performances feature his greatest hits alongside new material, often with his daughter Cherie and a full band. But Billy's legacy extends far beyond music. He's become a passionate advocate for prostate cancer awareness, particularly in the African Caribbean community. The statistics are sobering. 1 in 4 African Caribbean men will develop prostate cancer, compared to 1 in 8 men from other backgrounds. Billy's approach to advocacy is refreshingly honest. He admits his own discomfort with the screening process, saying, "Like a lot of people, I have the same problem. I don't like the method of being checked. I feel the same way, but I think it's better that I should go and get myself checked out, and I advise everyone to do the same." He supports the innovative Play Domino Talk Prostate campaign, which uses weekly domino games to create comfortable spaces where African Caribbean men can discuss their health. The campaign includes comic books, animated videos, and authentic patois dialogue to break down barriers around testing. Billy appears in YouTube videos alongside Sir Lenny Henry, Chris Gale, and Sean Wallace, using his celebrity to save lives. This advocacy work reveals the same values that led Billy to step away from fame decades earlier. He's still putting community and family first, using his platform to address a critical health issue affecting his people. Throughout his journey, Billy Ocean has remained remarkably humble. His Grammy Award, Honorary Doctorate of Music, and Lifetime Achievement Award are appreciated but not obsessed over. He sees them as recognition for effort, not proof that he's arrived. At 75, Billy Ocean is living proof that integrity and authenticity create lasting success. His decision to prioritize family over fame didn't diminish his legacy. It enhanced it. Fans respect him not just for his hits, but for his character. He's a role model in an industry that often rewards the opposite values. His story is a blueprint for meaningful success. He shows that you can achieve global fame, step away to focus on what matters most, and return stronger than ever. His influence extends from entertainment into public health, from music into social responsibility. Billy Ocean could have stayed on stage forever, But he chose something bigger, and that choice made him a legend. What's your favorite Billy Ocean memory? Share it in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more stories about the artists who shaped our world.